The no jetpacks rule. Pepsi points. In the 90s, Pepsi ran a joke commercial saying you could get a Harrier fighter jet for 7 million points. They figured no one could drink that much soda. Enter John Leonard. He found a loophole, raised $700,000 from investors to buy the points for pennies, and demanded his jet. The case went to court. Pepsi won, but they immediately changed the price of the jet to 1.4 billion points and added a "just kidding" disclaimer to all future ads. The human flypaper. NFL Stickum. In the 1970s, NFL players used stickum, an adhesive, to help catch the ball. Then came Lester Hayes. He didn't just use a dab, he slathered his entire body in it until he looked like he'd been dipped in maple syrup. In 1980, he intercepted 13 passes because the ball literally couldn't bounce off him. The NFL banned the substance the very next year, forever known as the Lester Hayes Rule. The LL Bean Lifetime Guarantee. For over 100 years, LL Bean had a legendary policy. You could return anything at any time for any reason. Then the garage sale flippers arrived. People would buy beat-up boots for $5 at a thrift store and demand a brand new $200 pair from the company. Because of this small group of people treating a family business like an infinite money glitch, the lifetime guarantee was officially killed in 2018. The Mile High Club Ban. The 1920s daredevil. In the early days of flight, things were a bit Wild West. That ended when an eccentric pilot named Lawrence Sperry engaged the first ever autopilot and decided to get intimate with a socialite mid-flight. They crashed into the Atlantic and survived, but the scandal was so massive that airlines and authorities began implementing strict conduct rules that turned planes from private lounges into the strictly regulated tubes we fly in today. The Grand Canyon Rock Throw. For a century, people enjoyed the silence of the Grand Canyon's remote trails. Then, a man decided to record himself toppling a 200-million-year-old rock formation, a hoodoo, just for fun and posting it online. The backlash was so severe it led to a permanent crackdown on vandalism-like content, resulting in massive fines and lifetime bans from all national parks for anyone caught tampering with nature for social media clout. The No Lawn Darts Law. There used to be a game called Jarts, heavy, pointed metal spikes you threw across the yard. They were popular for decades until one tragic accident involving a father and his daughter. He realized how dangerous they were and spent his life lobbying for a total ban. Because of his relentless mission, lawn darts are now one of the few toys in history to be criminally banned for sale in the US and Canada. The Eiffel Tower Parachute. In the early 1900s, people were allowed to perform stunts from the Eiffel Tower. That stopped after Franz Reichelt, the flying tailor, jumped off the first deck to test a wearable parachute suit he designed. It failed instantly. The tragic footage led to a permanent ban on unauthorized jumps, and today you can barely take a professional tripod up there without a permit. It only takes one person with a bad idea to turn a freedom into a violation. Which of these bans do you think was the most necessary?